Even a man who is pure of heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf's bane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
Well, hi, I'm Rick Baker, and I'm here with
Dave Elsey.
And we're going to talk to you about our work on the Wolfman. Go ahead, Dave.
There's the, well, there's the famous poem.
Aren't you glad that Universal decided to remake the Wolfman, Dave?
I am so glad they decided to remake it.
Now, who's this guy?
I don't know, but he's quite a good-looking chap.
And a good whistler, too, isn't he?
Not a very clean man.
Yeah, it doesn't look very much like a gypsy to me. The guy's way too handsome.
Bam! Now,
okay,
here's
the Wolfman. It's about time. Okay, so what should we say about this here, Dave?
Well, this is Benicio in the makeup, and this is him howling at the moon. This is all green screen shots, of course.
Well, they don't care about that.
No, they just care about the makeup. And he's wearing a whole bunch of appliances on his face. He also has a hair suit on and a muscle suit on. All the hair was hand-tied.
Are those his real teeth?
Those are Benicio's real teeth. Normally he wears caps. And this is actually a scene that we rewrote.
You did?
Yeah. This was originally he was going to commit suicide at the end. He puts the gun to his head and click, no more bullets. That's something that we thought of.
We being Dave, you also wrote the ending of the movie. But we're supposed to talk about the makeup. So
yes.
So we have the challenge here was to modernize the Wolfman, but still stay true to the original source material that you and I both love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jack Pierce, and we stole from Roy Ashton, and I also Clay Campbell.
Yeah, well, we had a great opportunity in that there were going to be 2 werewolves in this, and originally the.
Well, you're going to give it away now when they're watching this now. No, you've spoiled it.
Yeah. See her, Lawrence? Feel her presence, her power?
I like that effect on his eyes.
Be here soon.
Yeah, how'd they do that?
Movie magic.
Ah, yeah.
So things are hotting up here.
Hot up. That was it was a hot set, even though it was in freezing cold England. We shot the whole movie in England at Pinewood Studios for the interiors, anyways. And
exteriors in Black Park.
That's
in the winter
Park
time.
there. Or actually, is this the original location? What was the name of that place? Do you remember? 2 hours away.
I don't know. We had to drive 2 hours out of London just to get to that location because they had trees, and there were trees actually in Black Park right next to the studio, which we later on utilised.
They look just the same, didn't they?
The same.
Yeah. Well, that's movie magic.
Yeah. So now here's the Wolfman. And we were lucky because the actors were all able to do amazing stuff with their faces and really bring the makeups to life. Benicio in particular could open his mouth incredibly wide, couldn't he?
And boy, could he slobber.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Tony is doing a great job too. It was all this stuff in this fight scene now was our reshoot stuff when Tony had lost 70 pounds or some ridiculous amount of weight, and it looked so much better in the Wolfman. So I'm glad we actually were able to reshoot this stuff.
Yeah, I think he looks great, and when he came back, we had to take all the suits in because he had lost such an incredible amount of weight and changed shape completely triangulated his body.
Yeah, but it looked great. It worked out really well for us.
Yeah,
he was terrific to work with. Everybody was.
Yeah, we had fun sticking the makeup on as well because Benicio is such a fan of the original Wolfman. He's a fan of horror movies in general, actually. He likes all the old Universal horror movies. And
as we do.
Yeah, so it was very difficult sometimes to stick the makeup on because he would bring his magazines in and we would all kind of squid out looking at his magazines.
Yeah, but we kind of bonded over that.
Yeah.
What did Anthony Hopkins like?
Anthony Hopkins liked comedy. We watched lots of comedy with Anthony Hopkins, which is not what I expected.
What are those funny, cheesy comedies, though?
He
English
Carry On
movies,
which I like too. We were watching Carry On Screaming, which kind of made us all happy.
Yeah, but it's so funny. You just don't think of Anthony Hopkins watching Carry On movies.
So we didn't do that.
See what happens? He gets his head knocked off.
That's right.
Yeah.
Carry on, don't lose your head.
That's right. Carry on burning. We're supposed to be talking about the makeup
Yeah.
more. So that's Benicio.
We did actually make a fully animatronic burning Wolfman dummy for that werewolf dummy, didn't we?
Yeah, in an amazing amount of time, and it was really cool, and they burned it up, and it's not in the movie because they changed the ending again. So,
That's right.
That's Emily Blunt. We didn't really do anything on her.
We got blood on her.
Yeah, we did, but that's a whole other story. This is coming up one of my favorite shots of Benicio in makeup. He's so good about opening his mouth really wide.
There you go.
And
That's
all
the
that
one.
slobber and stuff. He was so into it. He was great about. We had this colored food coloring that we put in his mouth, and he would just switch that stuff down and spit out some awful looking drool and open his mouth really wide and do some really cool stuff in
Yeah,
the makeup.
I mean, actually, we didn't want to stop him because what he was doing was so cool. But that was one of the hardest things about the makeup, was that he was slobbering and drool coming out of his mouth and blood coming out of his mouth, and it's really hard to keep all the
Keep the hair
beard
on his chin. Yeah,
We kept having to take him away and relay up the chin all over again.
or just use the drool to stick the hair.
Sometimes we were
Yeah.
doing that too. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually Spencer here who jumps out the window, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
And he-
Spencer, who was the Wolfman double, was in a bunch of these scenes too. So we not only had Benicio in the Wolfman makeup, but we had Spencer and Rick English, who was the quadruped running stunt double.
He was amazing.
So not only did we shoot the film in England, but we built the Wolfman and all the makeup effects in England with an international crew, didn't we, Dave?
We did. We had people like Arturo Balsiero, Goran Lindstrom, Colin Shulver, Barry Gower, Max Campbell.
And we can't forget the lovely Lou Elsey, your wife, who was like I think one of the most important people on this crew. She's great.
I think everybody did an absolutely amazing job.
We used foam latex appliances. We had foam latex arms, we had a foam latex chest, a whole hand-tied hair suit, big acrylic teeth, no contact lenses. We're getting close to the end, I believe, here,
Yeah.
Dave. So anything else we need to say about the makeup? Besides
No.
the fact that we really had fun doing it. It was fun making it.
It was an honor to do it.
It was like working on a real monster movie.
It was so cool. I mean, that was the thing, is that we would stand there at night and there'd be fog and people in Victorian outfits and two Wolfmen and, everything that we'd ever wanted to basically do in one movie. And it was fun. It was just incredible fun.
So she's going to shoot the Wolfman. And what happens when you shoot a Wolfman?
Well, he dribbles a lot.
Well, nothing happens unless it's a silver bullet.
Yeah.
All the stuff was made up by Kurt Siodmak, who wrote the original Wolfman, the poem, and the whole mythology of what we think of as Wolfman mythology. It was basically written by that guy.
Yeah, a lot of people think that that's all true myth. True myth. That's not even a.
Look at how wide Benicio opens up his mouth in these shots. I mean, how cool is it? Well, that's not the widest shot. Open your mouth. Benicio, come on. You're making me look bad. Open your mouth wide and slobber. Come on. I know you can do it.
Well, it was a pleasure doing this movie on so many levels. We
Just working with me, right? And just that alone.
I was going to say the same thing about you. No, it was fantastic working with you, and it was amazing. Just the subject matter was something that really appealed to us, and the techniques of doing it were just so much fun to do and to recreate.
And the actors were fun, and
Yeah.
and standing outside in the rain and in the cold in England in the middle of the night was fun.
I don't remember it that
wasn't
way.
that fun.
No.
I guess it wasn't fun.
No, I remember that being grueling and cold.
It was cold
Yeah.
and wet. We
Yeah.
got so muddy.
Yeah, this is all winter. And often it was as foggy as that, but they would pump the fake fog in as well.
Smelly fog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we need to wrap it up here. Did we even talk about how we did the makeup?
No.
But we did. We did it, and we're proud of it. So,
Yeah. Very proud.
Thank you, Universal, for showing that makeup is still an option.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end. Okay. Say goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.
Okay. Goodbye.